A party learning curve produces happiness. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 1206 of What's She Up To Now, documenting my journey as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business. Spent over a quarter century in corporate America, primarily working in the quality field. And quality meaning documenting processes, how we do everything, how we interact with everything, how the departments interact with one another in order to produce the results that we want to delight our customers. That's my definition of quality, is the process and how we do everything in the organization to create the outcome that we want for our customers. The products, the solutions, the experience, all of it, all mixed together, which meant I got to stick my nose in everybody's business, which was right up my alley. So, party. Why do I have a party blower? Because we're having a birthday party for my granddaughter today. My oldest granddaughter is turning 6 tomorrow. I'm so excited. And so we're going to have a birthday party for her because I was out of town. We were all out of town when she had her birthday party with her friends. And she's going to her her cousin's graduation. So she's going to be leaving right after her birthday. So we won't see her on her birthday tomorrow. We want to have a birthday party for her today. So I'm thinking about parties and birthday parties and fun. And last year we had a birthday party at my sister's and she had a giant dollhouse and stuff. And so it's kind of hard to beat that, but we'll think of something. We'll make sure that it's fun and wonderful for her. But learning curve for Supersize Your Business piece was about the learning curve. And our learning curve, we have a learning curve to anything. And I was thinking, well, how about a party learning curve? Because we aren't born knowing how to party or how to have a party or how to give a party or how to throw a party. And over the years, over the decades, since I've been around for lots of decades, I've had some experience making small parties as well as big parties. Didn't do a ton of birthday parties for my kids when they were little, and we did family birthday parties all the time, but I didn't do a lot of kid birthday parties. Wasn't really my forte. But I did have to throw a giant party for one of the corporations I worked for the families and friends and touring the facility that we worked in. And I'm specifically not saying what industry and what business that was in, but it was, I think, 800 employees and then their families. So it was thousands of people. It was a big party. It was my first task when I was hired for this organization because I was the only woman. And of course, women are good party planners. So it was one of those project management activities that was totally outside my comfort zone. But I had a learning curve and I had to figure it out fast because I had a specific date that this party was going to be held on and I had to figure it out. So we have learning curves for everything. I actually learned a lot from that experience. Since I'm an engineer, I like processes and I like projects. So I just treated it like a big project. It was a big project management thing, right? It's like, these are the tasks that have to be completed. This is who we're going to delegate them to. This is what has to be done by such and such a date in order for the whole project to come off without a hitch. And of course, it came off without a hitch. It was a great experience for everybody, and I didn't ever have to plan a party for that organization again because we didn't have to. The world changed. I think we went to war, and so we stopped doing those visits, the tours of the company and the family days of the company after that. But I think we went out with a bang. It was a great party. It was a great party and a great celebration. But I had to have, just like everything else we learn, a learning curve. We're not born knowing how to do anything. We have to figure it all out. We all have different ways and different styles that we like to learn. I'm one of those multi-sensory learners where I have to get exposed to something in a bunch of different ways before I get it. I like to read. I became an avid reader when I was younger. And with my vision getting bad, it's harder for me to read, but I still break out my magnifying glass and do the best I can. I do a lot of auditory things now. I listen to a lot of books. I listen to a lot of things and a lot of tape. And I'm sure as I get older and older, I'll continue to do more of that. I also am a hands-on, please show me how to do this, and then let me do it and correct me as I'm doing it so that I understand how to do it. And then I usually take that thing and I say, okay, this is how we do it. This is the result we want. How can I make that better? How can I do it faster, easier, more effectively, or more efficiently? Because that's just kind of my thing, is always improving processes and making them better. Always improving tasks and making them better. Finding ways to automate and make things happen with the least amount of effort. So to get incredible results with the least amount of effort. Sort of my, I don't know, something I've just loved doing for a long, long time. I used to love to take things apart. Now I like to build them up and put them together. I learned that in college, that you don't just take things apart and leave it in pieces. You have to put it back together as well, or you're not solving the problem. So I'm thinking learning curve, partying learning curve. Luckily, I have a lot of help and support. We're going to have the party at my sister's house again. and we're going to make sure it's a fun event. But we all have party learning curves. We all have learning curves. Everything we need to learn to do, anything we want to learn to do, we're absolutely positively capable of it. We wouldn't want to do it if we weren't capable of figuring it out and learning how to do it. So we can all decide what we want and then just figure out how we're going to get it. And we just do it one step at a time. So that's my party learning curve discussion today. I'm going to go find some more party things. I have to get some wrapping paper for sure so we can make sure it's a fun and visually, aesthetically pleasing party for a almost 6-year-old. Our challenge for our All About You 365-day challenge today was about happiness and abundance and wealth. And I thought it was a really good saying. It's actually a 2-part sayings day. And so it was about, don't just consume happiness. Make sure you're creating, and they said producing, but I like creating things better than producing them. Make sure you're creating as much happiness or more in the world than you're taking out of it or getting from it. And here's the secret is we get what we give in life. If we give happiness and joy and love out, we get the feelings of love and joy and happiness back with us. The same is true with abundance and wealth. If we put out abundance and wealth and we create things and produce things, we get in return abundance and wealth. Whatever we put out into the world, we get back. And it doesn't always feel that way, but it's absolutely positively true. I've noticed that the times that I be really, really small and don't produce much and don't do things and don't interact with the world. This trip over the last couple of weeks was awesome because it reminded me of how resilient and how amazing the American people are. That what we see in the news and the media is not what's going on in our country, and so we should just turn it off. I'm gonna start jumping on that bandwagon. I haven't had media on since the early mid-1980s when I went to a training and we were challenged for a week to turn off the news, turn off the media. And I don't know when it all turned so bad, but I am personally very, very grateful that I did that because I never went back to it. I never went back to watching the news, watching TV, watching the media. And I guarantee that I am better for that than had I gotten into the habit of, I got to watch the news every day. Because the news has changed from an information source and a reliable source of information to a propaganda, advertising, manipulative tool. And when we let ourselves be manipulated, we become the tool. And I don't want to be a tool of anybody, especially a company and organizations that don't have any of my interests at heart. I used to say don't have our best interests at heart, but they don't have anybody's interests at heart but their own. And when that happens, when that shift happened, I knew that I was going to choose not to participate. One of the biggest lessons I learned from my sudden cardiac arrest was that I always had the right to choose not to participate, but I didn't necessarily feel like I did. There were certain things in my life that I thought I had to do, that it was important. If I wanted to be a good mom, if I wanted to be a good wife, if I wanted to be a good friend, if I wanted to be a good businesswoman, these are the rules. These are the things you have to do. And it's all ridiculous and it's all not true. The things that we have to do are the things that feel good to us. The things that feel good to us are the things that are right to us. So if I have to drink a ton of water because it makes me feel better, then I have to do that. But it doesn't mean my mom does or my sisters or my friends. If I have to eat a lot of vegetables and fruits and things that make me feel better and more energized, that's right for me. But it doesn't mean I make my kids do it. It doesn't mean I make anybody feel guilty because they want to have cheesecake and caramels. Now, I might eat cheesecake with caramel on it on occasion because it makes us feel good. It makes us happy. And as long as we're doing things that are right for us, that don't harm, and I'm always going to say this, I always have, you can do what's right for you as long as it doesn't hurt or harm anyone else. You know, it's up to you. You are free and personally responsible. You're responsible for the ramifications. If I choose to eat a box of sea salt caramels every day and drink a ton of alcohol and I get sick and die young, but I was happy along the way, that was what was right for me. It's not hurting anyone else. I can do what's right for me. But if it is hurting me, if I'm gaining 100 pounds, if I've gained 100 pounds because I'm eating caramels and drinking Bailey's Irish Cream in my coffee all day long every day, at some point I'm going to wake up and say, oh my gosh, I've gained 100 pounds. I feel terrible. Do I want to keep doing this? and I might die young, or I might get sick, or nothing might happen? Or do I want to change my behavior so that I can be healthier and have more energy? It's up to us. And so as long as we're not hurting anyone else and we're making the right choices for us, then it's nobody else's business. So I'm thinking about party, learning curve, and how that can lead to happiness. I guarantee that my granddaughter is going to have a very happy day today, and all of us involved are going to have a happy day as well. I invite you to have a happy day. Go contribute to the happiness in the world. Instead of contributing to the problems in the world, let's all commit to ourselves and the rest of the world that we're going to contribute to solutions and the happiness in the world. We're not going to contribute to the nonsense, the lies, the fraud, the deception, the media nonsense, the social media nonsense, anything that is called news. We're just going to say, I choose not to participate. I chose not to participate in family drama following my sudden cardiac arrest, and I chose not to participate in the news and the drama. And I, over the last couple of weeks, my sister listens to the news, and my other sister listens to the news, and so I heard way more crap. I'm going to call it crap because it's definitely not news. It's crap. We should start calling the media crap instead of news or the media, because it's neither. It's entertainment and all kinds of other things, but it's definitely not news. News is who, what, where, when, why, and how. It's reporting. And I don't know when that went out of popularity or it became a thing of the past, but our world is not a better place because of that change. All right, that's it. I'm pontificating now. Have an amazing day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow to just let you know what I'm working on as I transition from the brick and mortar world to the online world, and a little bit more back into the brick and mortar world, because I think that the brick and mortar world needs some of us that have had experience there to get back out there and recharge some of the damage that's been done to the economy during all this COVID stuff. All right, have an awesome day. Any questions? Hit me up in the comments below or direct message me. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow.